Good morning, everyone. It is Monday, April 12th. Goodness, the kids are back at school. Troy's back at work. Yay, I have my house back, my office back. I am very excited about this. Anyway, so let's take a look here. We're pulling back just a little bit in the futures. If you go back and look at SPY, I want to take a look at this because SPY going into the close. Now, if you look at this candle, a lot of people will look at just the daily and just assume that it kind of made its way there all day, and that wasn't really the case. What we did see was, look at this, move right into the close, really just kind of took off. It's just a lot, right? We built that extra volume, so this morning coming in, it doesn't seem so much of a surprise that we're just backing off a little bit, and we're kicking off earnings season. We are starting with the big banks and some other companies here, right? So it is going to be a pretty interesting kickoff. Now with the banks, be very cautious. Now I am in WFC. I will not hold those through earnings, and I do have XLF, which I'm fine holding through earnings. Two totally different things. I do believe that a lot of the earnings might be baked in because people have just been talking about, analysts have been talking about how banks will do well, and so that when everybody talks about it, like when people don't know, then if they report well, then we expect to see them move along, and we may not see as much of a kickoff of that post earnings celebration. It could, if it's all baked in, then we could actually see a sell-off in any of those individual names. So keep that in mind as we move through. And don't forget, if you're holding one bank and another bank reports, those both can move in sympathy with each other, whether good or bad. And if you're not sure where when things are reporting, I'm going to encourage you to go over here to earningswhispers.com. You simply put your ticker symbol up here, whatever ticker you're looking at, and it'll tell you when it is here. So WFC, April 14th, 8:05 a.m. This check mark means that it is a confirmed. They've confirmed it, that is when within the last 30 days. However, if you go to a name and it has this minus symbol in it, that means that they have not yet been confirmed. So it is an expected date, estimated date, but not confirmed. In that case, always go to the website, the official website for that company, and look under their investor earnings. Or if that doesn't work, I have written to many companies to ask them when their earnings are, and they're usually, I'd say for the most part, they're usually pretty good. Okay, so there you go. Earnings, big banks, we're kicking it off here. And the S&P just taking a little bit of a break. The Dow is down 50. The S&P is down a whole whopping 7 points. So not really that much, just a little cooling off. The NASDAQ's down 42 and the Russell's down not even 1 point. So it's overall a pretty good day. Oil holding in a channel here. In fact, I was looking at this over the weekend and was going through some charts, had some calls with some members and kind of going through some charts and what I look at. And right now what I see is kind of this wedge setting in, and our moving average is getting closer. We had a nice little convergence back here, and now we're right back here again. These moving averages, we have the 20 and the 50. That 50 looking to maybe cross up over the 20. We'll see. But I like when those moving averages come really close together. Think of it like a spring. And if you hold a spring in, eventually your arms are going to get tired and that spring is going to go boing. Well, which way is it going to go? Well, that's a different story. I think oil setting in, though, to make another move higher here as we move along. And we all kind of feel that if you've been to the gas station lately. I don't really pay attention to it so much, but Troy tells me every time. Oh, and it was a great lesson for the kids this weekend, talking about that. Okay, so let's hop into a few charts. I am in WFC here. Just want to go over that real quick. I'm in WFC, and it's pretty much flat. It spiked up early in the session, and then pretty much just, it's not trading a ton. It's only about 38 thousand traded this morning, and it is sitting right now at 40.54, but it did spike all the way up there to 41. So maybe a nice little run into those earnings. And BLNK is the other one that I'm in. It had a lot of call action. In fact, there is some news now. It is pushing. It's still inside this inside candle. So we'll keep a watch on that. If today's inside candle breaks and looks to close below Friday's inside candle, I'm going to go ahead and step aside on that one. Okay, now let's take a look at some charts. I've got quite a few here on the list, and I'm going to run through some that I didn't find options for, but I did like for equity, or maybe their options will start setting up if they don't have a good bid ask, or if they don't have enough open interest in the area that I'm looking. I've put them on the list. I like to keep a look at them. And XINX is one of these. Now you might ask why. Well, we came up, we were over the 50. We held the 50 on this close. We pushed down, but we came right back up to the 50. And I think for me, I kind of like it over Friday's high for a continued move up. We've used this 200 really nicely. It really fought its way back, and tech overall is doing fairly well, so I'm going to keep my eye on XINX. I don't think this is setting up for today, but these are ones just to watch. SONO, we talked about this one a little bit last week as we had moving averages cross. Look at that. We used the 50 really beautifully, and we seem to hit this wall here right at 42.35. So for SONO, I like anything over 42.35 to make a run at that 43.71 and then a breakout. Retail has done well. I know that we played our part in the retail sector over the weekend, trying to catch up on some stuff after quarantine, and Kohl's here making a very nice move, and my mother got a new coupon and sent it to me, so we ordered some stuff online. So hey, let's take a look at Kohl's. Actually, what I really do like about Kohl's, it's kind of made this nice little meandering walk up. We did have that touchback pretty close to the 50, but really now fighting back our way back up. I like this on a pure breakout play. So for me, it would be anything over that 64 for the move on a breakout. Speaking of retail, I like Target. Target has made this nice up. Whew, took a break. Up, took another break. Not as much, not as high here, but the air is getting a little thinner, and we're taking a little bit of a break. I like Target for a continued move to the north side. On that one, I am watching the 521, 210s, and while I'm at Target, I'll probably get a Starbucks to walk around while I shop. Another one, nice move up. We took a little break. Nice move up. We took a little break. We do have earnings coming up. I'll have to confirm when those are. Let me just look over here on Earnings Whisper to see when those are. Not confirmed, but it looks like April 27th. So I'm just going to make a little note here on my watch list here that 4/27 is the potential date, and then I'll go on their website and take a look and then confirm that. But I like the look of Starbucks here exactly for the same reason we just talked about. And we'll see if this is the move potentially up here at about 1:15:30. The ones I like for Starbucks, 521, 115, again, confirm those earnings. I'm going to say that a lot. You're going to hear that a lot over the next couple weeks. Confirm the earnings, confirm the earnings. All right, well, when I can't find anything at Target because, you know, I'm cheap, I think it might be too expensive, I'm going to go over here to Dollar Tree, which happens to be really close to it. And look at that. Pushed off the 8, pushed off the 8. Nice little move here. Not a ton of volume in this, but it did build up a little bit more on that green candle. Nice room to the 120. Really like Dollar Tree. This is another one that we've talked about over the past couple weeks. I think it was Edie as well who talked about it. And I like the 521 DLTR 115s. All right. Well, if I'm over there shopping, I'm probably going to have to pay. So let's look at a payment here. Square. This has a nice little gap. You can see we left a little bit of that gap. We were watching this last week. Yes, I see that it is very extended. I'm watching this now for a little bit of a relax, a little bit of a pullback or a little bit of a pause for it to then to come back up and close that gap and then continue on. There's some nice room in there. We're getting a little bit of that pull right now. It's 259.40, but well above the 3, nicely inside this candle. On a move through the close from Friday, so move through the close, 261.65 would be a little bit more aggressive of an entry. If you want to be a little bit more conservative, wait till it fills that gap for the move, the continued move on. I like the 618 to 60s in square. PayPal has a very similar look. PayPal has a very similar look here. We do have a smidgen of a gap. I'm going to tell you the same thing. Wait for it to come through the close. This one had a little bit better, it closed top side of its candle. We are a little bit closer to the 50, so just kind of stretching along there. I like PayPal quite a bit here. Let me go ahead and remove that drawing. So PayPal and Square. Again, I wouldn't take both when you're looking at these sectors. Maybe kind of spread your eggs in a lot of different baskets. All right, Salesforce. Here's another one. Watch this as it came over the 200. Totally missed this on Friday. But then it came up. I think we looked at it late in the afternoon when I realized it did come over that 200. Didn't build a lot of volume, so I'm looking for maybe a little bit of a pull and then the push back on here. You can see we drew in this little line of resistance. I really kind of conflicted where I feel about that. Let me see where it's trading this morning. I like CRM overall. Okay, good. So it's pulling back into a monthly pivot here. It's at 230. So I like this coming back through the high. And I think that even though there's a little bit of resistance here where this line is, I think we're really going to hit that resistance up here at the fib line at 236. So looking at the 618, 240. Now we don't have to worry about earnings because we had those in February. So we have a little bit more time on those. They aren't coming up within just the next couple of weeks. All right. Well, if I'm just going to be lazy, I'm going to call DoorDash. DoorDash is the one who delivers our Walmart groceries, and I use that all the time because Troy really hates going to the grocery store. And to be honest, I'd rather pay the tip than listen to him complain. Do not tell him I said that. Okay, DoorDash, really nice move. Built that volume, came right up here into this line is called the point of control, and it's really just where the volume has really set in. I like DoorDash here over 142.55 is where I particularly like it. And I am watching the 521 145s here in DoorDash. Again, we built that volume. We have nice room to the 50, so take a look there at DoorDash. And we could go through all the Microsofts. All of these did really well last week. Nice rotation back into some tech. But the tech that I am watching now is ARC. Why? It's below the 50. Yep, I see that. But look at how we've held in. Buyers have stepped up. Not a lot of volume, but holding it into this nice little box, looking for a breakout. And I'm going to go ahead and go above this fib line where I would like for an entry at 124, maybe set 124.75 is where I would take a look, and I'll probably go ahead and set an alert in there. I'm watching the 618 125s there in ARC. All right, some other sectors to keep an eye on maybe here is going to be the solars. They've been they've been making higher lows. So looking for the move back up, and solar, very friendly sector here to the administration. JKS, oh, wait a minute. I'm going to pass on JKS because they have earnings. So I'll just go ahead and pass on that one. But overall, I think JKS solars might be making that, might be getting ready to make a bit of a reversal here, so keep a look on those as well. All right, that is it for me today. I know it's a long list and a long watch list. Sorry about that. I will be here all day. If you have any questions, Heather C at givingtreetrading.com, or reach out via private message. All right, I will talk to you all soon.